rode an entire World Championship where they dug a big trench at the bottom of a hill. You went along a big flat section and there was a 6-foot trench almost, which you shouldered your bike forward, jumped across, or a 4-foot trench, jumped across, and then up a slope directly ahead of you. And everybody was watching De Vlaeminck and seeing what he was doing. And De Vlaeminck, every time he got round to this trench, would get off, shoulder his bike, jump across, and then run up the hill. And with 3 laps to go, he hung back and started to blow and puff, and everybody thought, right, this guy's had it now, we can do it. Let's just have a quick look at this. Whoa, Bart Wellens. Oh, that's going to be a bit dodgy. Simonek coming around the outside. Wellens keeping upright, but it just shows that it's getting a little bit slippery. We'll have to watch for that. As I say, the biggest problem is going to be crashes, something going away from somebody somewhere. Well, De Vlaeminck came around with 3 laps to go, way back in this particular championship. And, whoa, Simonek straight over the top. Oh dear, just caught his front wheel in a little bit of a rut. Just as he was braking, nothing much you can do about that. Center of gravity well over the front. Sven Nys, you can see, has got a lovely position. He keeps his back very, very flat, so he can keep a lot of weight over the rear saddle. Here we go, let's have a look. He's locking up, he's just braking. And watch the front wheel, just gets caught in a rut as he's braking and turning at the same time. Nothing much you could do about that. That's a great shame for the former junior world champion. Erwin Verwecken just going past him there. So Bart Wellens sheds the Czech rider, looking over his shoulder because he knows that the other guys are coming up behind him, and it's Sven Nys, I think, who is making the run. No, it isn't Sven Nys. There is Nys just going through the shot now. So 3 or 4 riders ahead of Sven Nys at the moment. Wouldn't worry too much. There is Franzoi, the rather vertically challenged Italian. Wellens knows he's got to work real hard to get rid of these guys. Looks like Verwecken who's coming through and really putting the hammer down. I'll get to the end of this story in a minute about Erik De Vlaeminck. With 2 laps to go, he was still puffing and blowing. De Vlaeminck got to the bottom, shouldered his bike and ran up the slope. And with the last lap, he was about 200, 300 meters behind everybody else. Until they came to this section, he came hammering past everybody, got to the ditch first, and literally bunny hopped the ditch, just lifted the bike over into the air with his feet, onto the other side and rode straight up the slope. Everybody was already off their bikes by that time. He gained about 350 yards with about half a lap to go and sprinted into victory. I've got a feeling that was his last World Championship. Simonek, Wellens, Nys, Verwecken, Van Turenhout, Osper, the Czech rider, still in there in the top 6. So Wellens leads. There goes Verwecken. There's Sven Nys going through the shot. Kamil Osberger. 29 is Enrico Franzoi. Still working hard. Steve Chenel, he's the Frenchman there. That's good racing by him. We haven't seen him up in the World Championships for a while. Gerben de Knecht, the Dutchman, in the top group. Well, he's 3rd in the world rankings so far this year. And the Dutch turning out in force as well as the Belgians, of course, as you'd expect on home territory. Wonderful racing weather. To watch that flag, sir. I wouldn't wave it too avidly. Bart Wellens really putting in a tremendous amount of work. Really, really top stuff by Wellens. He's committed himself entirely. He knows he's got to try and break away from Sven Nys. There is Nys going through in 4th place behind Erwin Verwecken, the 2001 world champion. There's Tom van Oppen. And right behind him is the Czech rider Simonek, who just had a little bit of an endo. Well, Franzoi having a little bit of problems hanging on. Chenel, the Frenchman, I think is going to tack onto the back of Franzoi very quickly. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he passes him, because Franzoi is looking a little tired to me. Sven Nys looking pretty relaxed at the moment.